Last time I got one of these, I dropped it, honest to God. Crystal.
I
Okay.
think we put them down.
I don't know. Where's the, oh, there it is. Thank you, Kate. So, yes, it's been a very long journey, and a journey that actually stays still exciting. Some of us are on our second careers, our second husbands, or third, second grandchildren, and Lucy and I are both receiving our second Crystal Awards tonight. So, thank you. We are here tonight to join hands with 5 other women, some of whom we have known from the start. Linda, Denise, Paula, and Jane we have known. I've just met Leanne, and I am in awe. Whether or not we've worked together, we've always watched each other with great admiration. You know, there were just a few of us in the beginning, and we went to each other for support. I remember a long time ago producing Pretty in Pink, and Deborah Hill was producing Clue. And Dawn was actually running the studio at Paramount, and Deborah and I were, we band together in order to get a different lab to do our dailies, and to get competitive bids for our stages, which prompted the head of post-production to run into Dawn Steele's office and go, these women are gonna kill me. And that was that. Dawn was like, all right, so anyway. So for many of us, oh no, it's your turn.
We haven't rehearsed. For many of us, and I'm sure many of you, I think I have to get closer to here, in the audience, the part of being a woman in Hollywood where we felt the most lost and without a roadmap was as a working mom. For those of you who are still in the throes of the middle of your jerry-rigged, hopelessly complicated juggling acts of balancing work and young families, I bring you a story from the other side. When our 3 daughters were still small, they were, shall I say, ambivalent about my working. When our youngest daughter was asked at school what she wished for at the end of her rainbow, while most of her classmates wished for toys or puppies, her wish was that, quote, my mom and dad had no more previews to go to. Because when they are home and put me to bed, it means a lot to me. My Crystal Awards speech 17 years ago, which I looked up yesterday, was pretty much all about the impossibility of having it all, or at least having it all at the same time. What I never, ever would have guessed or imagined then that these many years later, literally not a week goes by without one of our 20-something daughters, now on their own way home from their own long day at work, isn't calling to say how lucky she feels that she had a working mom. Turns out that what they remember most is not the carpools we missed or the phone calls we took when we shouldn't have. What they do remember is having watched all of us fight, sometimes winning, sometimes losing, but always getting up to try again. And they remember seeing their father think that they deserve the same as the men, that we all did. And now that's what they think too. Your turn.
So why have we, this gang of 8, survived and thrived since then? What can we pass down to these newcomers? Well, we've never given up when the chips are down. We've all had the thrill of a hit, and we've all had the sting of a flop, and we all put on a happy face and go back to work. We put family first, because we know what's important, and we keep our fears at bay. The best thing is, even though rejection comes along, we don't make it personal. As my friend Nick Avanti says, we take it one step at a time, and what he says is Avanti. Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim, was Nora Ephron's legendary advice, and we took that to heart.
When we saw the list of honoree producers today and thought of all those rumors that women don't like each other or that they don't like to help each other, all I can say is it isn't true, at least most of the time. Many of us have worked together, and a shockingly high percentage of us have worked with the High Priestess, Nora. This was supposed to be your line, but I'll take it. It reminds us of Don Steele's book. It was called They Can Kill You, But They Can't Eat You. Thank God. Paula Weinstein, we wish you were here tonight. When Life magazine decided to do a cover story on Hollywood's baby moguls, which is what you were at the time and which I definitely was not yet, they wanted to include a full-page picture of Paula in it, but instead, Paula insisted that I be in the photo with her, side by side. If Paula Weinstein were here, she would probably say it's never about your own success. It's about how many can you lift up with you. And in Paula's case, that would probably include everybody on the planet. That's how she lives her life. Paula Wagner, also not here tonight, unfortunately. She can produce anything in any medium. The only time I ever saw Paula lose her cool was when the teachers in our shared nursery school class asked her to bring in a fruit platter the next day. "What do I do?" she cried over the phone at 11 p.m. "I can't cut fruit." She could do everything else. I said, "Try Gelson's." Lauren, I remember standing in the driveway of your home in Maui many years ago, looking at the names of your and Dick's movies carved into the concrete in your driveway, and our kids screamed in delight, Pretty in Pink, Lauren made that, and we're in her house." Little did they know how many more movies they would see with your name on them.
And Lucy Fisher, you were always, I gotta say, the youngest and the prettiest of our group. And way back when, she was the coolest because she knew all the British producers. But really, Lucy had the best story sense in the business. And when she left Warner's, we all wept. And she went to Sony. And I've always admired how you could raise three smart, wonderful, fabulous daughters, have a terrific marriage, and juggle your career. So true, so true. Linda Oakes, author and famous producer. I remember when we worked together at Disney, and we both would go to Deborah Hill for production advice. Now, you are a best-selling author who we all go to for advice. Jane Rosenthal, I have known you since you were at CBS. I remember when you were at Disney, and we were fortunate enough to work together. I remember when you left Disney, and I was brokenhearted to lose my friend to New York, and now you are basically the Empress of Tribeca. Denise, we've both worked together at Warner Brothers. We don't know each other all that well, which is a testament to how hard we are working, but I'm a fan from afar. And Leanne, I've had the pleasure of getting to know you just now. You have taken the hardest route of all. Hard choices, hard budgets, hard movies, and now look at your film accolades. Cinema salutes you. Kathy Kennedy and Gail Ann Hurd, I wish you guys were here. You can both outproduce any man, woman, or superhero on the planet.
And then, what happens when you get a little older? There are the fearless and peerless among us that we are missing. Dawn Steele. 30 years ago, I barely knew Dawn, only her reputation, which was a lot. I answered the phone and heard, "Hi, it's Dawn. Call me." That was her signature greeting. But this was my first message from Dawn. She added, "We're both pregnant. We're both studio executives, so we will have lunch together every week and then become best friends." Then she hung up. That was Dawn. Obviously, it all came true because she wished it. Deborah Hill made movies that no one could ever call chick flicks and was one of a kind. And Laura Ziskin morphed from producer extraordinaire to one of the premier advocates for cancer in the world, continuing to produce from above, Stand Up for Cancer. What a group of women. Lauren and I are happy to be here amongst you all in spirit and in person. We congratulate the awardees tonight. What beautiful speeches, what beautiful work. We're lucky to be in the room with you. And now we're going to see something. Let's have a look. Thank you.